What is going on, good people of YouTube? I'm ImJslay. Thank you so much for joining me. And wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day. Today we're playing some Madden 21, but before we get into it, if you enjoy the content, leave a like rating, and if you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to stay updated with all of my uploads. If you missed our previous video, I'll leave a link in the description of this video for you to go check it out. But in it, I discuss the most important players and items that you should be getting from the Blitz promo. So for today's video, I want to discuss a coin making method that may not pay off for you right now, but in the long run, this method will pay off for you, or at least it should. Now, I'm going through educated guesses based off of previous players and how they turned out once they had new items released. Now, what am I talking about? Well, these are power-ups that you want to invest in right now, and then subsequently when they get new player items, these power-ups should rise in price. Once again, I'm using educated guesses. I'm using cards of reference like Dante Jackson, Raheem Mostert, Derrick Henry, Denzel Ward, just to name a few cards that, while some were expensive right at the launch, they came back to earth, but then once they got a new player item, they went up in price. So I've got 10 power-ups that you want to invest in, and hopefully they're going to pay off for you down the road. So without further ado, let's get into the first one. Okay, before I discuss the first card on the screen here, I do want to say that these are obviously a risk, but it's a very low risk and ultimately a high reward, especially if you invest in a lot of these cards. In my case here, I actually have went out and purchased a number of the cards that I'm going to be talking about today. So if in fact they do get new player items and the power-ups do rise in price, I'm setting myself up to make a lot of coins down the road. So the first card, as you can see here, is Carolina Panthers wide receiver DJ Moore. Now, I'm going to very briefly give my thoughts as to why I feel like he will get a new card, obviously, and why I feel like his price for his power-up might increase. As you can see, he only has the one player item, not counting his power-up. It's his core elite that he had from day one, so he is well overdue for a new item. Whether that's coming in the Christmas promo, we don't know, but ultimately, DJ Moore has had a very solid season, and I feel like when he does get a new item released, it's going to be a pretty solid card. Just look at that Dante Jackson item. That card, Dante Jackson had one player item up until recently, and now his power-up, let's just go ahead and I'll show you. His power-up's going for about 40K from what I saw earlier. Let's go ahead and type this in. Let's see if we can see exactly how much this thing is going for, because it blew my mind. During the promo, it was only going for about maybe 12K or so. It's going for about 28K right now. Prior to the promo, you could pick this card up for about 1,000 coins, which, as we just saw with DJ Moore, is very similar, right? So once again, this is a little bit of a risk, but it's a very low risk with a very high reward, considering he's only at 1,900 coins right now. This might not be one that you want to go out and get 10 to 15 of, but maybe 5 just to kind of see. Worst case scenario, you're only going to lose a couple thousand coins by doing it. DJ Moore is going to be number 10 on this countdown. Okay, so number 9 is Philadelphia Eagles corner Darius Slay. Now, the dude is getting absolutely cooked right now in this Seahawks-Eagles game by DK Metcalf. You don't have DK Metcalf on your team and you're on a budget, you're doing something wrong. Go get him right now. DK's making him look like he's a little 5-year-old kid out there trying to play. But nonetheless, man, we know Darius Slay is good when it comes to Madden, and we know he is going to get a new card very, very soon. And with the faster receivers that are starting to come into the game, Tyreek Hill, Terry McLaurin, the aforementioned DK Metcalf, even Brandon Ayuk, depending on, what kind of chemistries you've got on him, corners are going to be, well, they're going to be very valued, right? And Darius Slay, just like DJ Moore, just has the one player item. It's his 83 overall core elite card, right? So when Darius Slay does get a new item, I know almost for a fact you're going to be able to sell his power-up for well more than 1,200 coins. Once again, a very low risk, but a very high reward for the 9th player on our countdown. Okay, so number 8 on the list, Los Angeles Chargers left in Joey Bosa. Now this guy, difference between he and the first two we've talked about is that not only does he have a core elite item, he also has what was a limited item and is now a series redux team of the week card. It's going for 149K. You can see his power up though is only going for 1900K, so very low risk here. However, I think Joey Bosa is well on his way to getting a team of the year card. He's well on his way for an end of the year card that you're going to be able to use on your team. I think that once that card does get released, and I know he is, he's been playing as one of the best, I'd say top 3 ends in the league this year. The guy is just wreaking havoc. He's an absolute monster. He's a force to be reckoned with. On any offensive line that's going against him, he is pretty much handling all of those right tackles. So Joey Bosa, while this card, once again, we don't know, there's some questions about whether or not it would go up. However, I think with these educated guesses that we're using, Joey Bosa's power up is a power up that you want to get, and he comes in at number 8 on our list. Okay, number 7 on the list is Kansas City Chiefs right tackle Mitchell Schwartz. Now, when the game first launched, this dude was one of, if not the best right tackles in the game. He has an 87 overall core elite card, but just like DJ Moore, this card and Darius Slay, this is his only card. So, while this guy was the best right tackle in Madden at the beginning, he's not right now, but you can better believe that when he does get a new card, he's going to be in the top 1 or 2 as far as right tackle goes. And Kansas City Chiefs theme teams are starting to become very, very prominent, especially when you take into account Tyreek Hill, L'Jarius Sneed, Kendall Fuller. These guys, they're really, really good, and they're really, really fast. And with a Chiefs theme team, they can be even faster, right? So guys are going to want to get all of those Chiefs players. Mitchell Schwartz is one of those Chiefs players. Once he gets that new item, he's going to be their starting right tackle, no doubt. This one right here, I believe, is it's not even a high risk. It's not even a low risk. This is pretty much no risk in my opinion. I think this one is going to rise exponentially. I've got about 2 or 3 of him right now. This is a pretty good price for this power up. I want to go ahead and snag him. Most of these power-ups you want to get between, 1 and 3K. If they're over 3K, I'm not usually getting it, and this one is 2.5K, so I'm going to go ahead and snag this one as well. But nonetheless, man, Mitchell Schwartz, Chiefs theme teams, going to be one of the better right tackles in the game. Go ahead, go out and get his power-up. That's why he's number 7 on the countdown. Okay, number 6 on the countdown is Seattle Seahawks middle linebacker Bobby Wagner. Probably the best linebacker in the NFL. Not much arguing there. And as you can see, his power-up, it's a little more on the expensive side when you take into account power-ups that we've shown so far. I wouldn't recommend getting him for the $5,400 price you see here. I would say if he dips under about 4K, go ahead and do that. But once again, this is a guy that's on his way to an end-of-the-year card. Now, linebackers, middle linebackers specifically, are just not usable right now. There's probably going to be a patch down the road, or the cards are just going to start to play different the higher overalls that they do become. But right now, they don't jump, they don't get the animation, so it's very difficult to get interceptions with linebackers. And this year, I find myself using a linebacker more than a safety like I did in previous years, so it's just more beneficial to slide a safety down a middle linebacker. That's not what this video is about, though. This video is telling you that Bobby Wagner is a card, is a power-up that should rise in price once he has a newer item. Now, he does have his 88 overall core elite card, and he also has a 91 overall team of the week card, right? So while he's got 3 items right now, 2 not counting the power-up, I think down the road, once he has newer items that are going to release, not sure when or what they're going to be, but I see his power-up rising in price. I would definitely go ahead and invest, maybe not on a lot, especially considering the price there, right? I feel like you could get some cheaper power-ups that are going to pay off for you even more in the long run, but Bobby Wagner is definitely one you want to look at. That's why he's number 6 on the list. Okay, coming in at number 5 on the countdown, this is Las Vegas Raiders center Rodney Hudson. I'm excited about this guy for all the same reasons I was excited about Mitchell Schwartz. Rodney Hudson, while he's a Raider, gets Chiefs chemistry. And Rodney Hudson only has the 2 player items if you include his power-up. It's going to be his power-up and his core elite. He was an 85 overall center, which was one of the better centers in the game at the beginning of Madden. Not necessarily right now. However, the center crop is not very good outside of Kevin Mawai and Alex Mack. I'm sure I'm missing someone else, but I anticipate Rodney Hudson is going to get a new card pretty soon. I've already picked up. It ended. I was about to get this one for 1100. I'm sitting here just rambling, and I could have just pressed the X button 10 minutes ago. Not that far ago. I don't even think this video has been 10 minutes. Better not be 10 minutes. It is over 10 minutes already. Okay, well, nonetheless, Rodney Hudson, for all the reasons I was excited about Mitchell Schwartz, I'm excited about him. I think I've got about 6 or 7 of his power-ups right now. I'm going to go ahead and snag this one for 1,500 coins. I'm pretty sure when he releases, he's going to be one of the better centers in the game. He gets that Chiefs chemistry, so I know players are going to want to go out and grab this card. This card, I feel like, is a no risk. It's going to give you higher reward. But even if you want to look at it at low risk, I mean, I got it for 1,500 coins, right? I'm not really spending much at all for this card here. That's why he's number 5 on the list. Okay, coming in at number 4 on the list is going to be Buffalo Bills corner Tre'Davious White. Now, Tre'Davious White has 3 items counting his power-up, his core elite card, and then his superstar MVP card, right? So, I feel like Tre'Davious White has played really well this season, and he's on a very good Bills team. He's on a Bills team that is getting a lot of items so far, and I feel like Tre'Davious White is on track to get one of those end-of-the-year items as well. Don't know if that's Team of the Year. Don't know if that's going to be the Easter promo. Not really sure. Could be even sooner than that. It could be around Christmas time, right? But once again, you can see his power-up is going for pretty cheap right now. But this card, I know Tre'Davious White, when it gets released, is going to have high speed. Guys are going to want to have those corners with high speed to keep up with all the speed receivers, right? So Tre'Davious White, when he does get a new item, I feel like his power-up is going to increase. You should invest in him. That's why he's number 4 on the list. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. I very loosely ranked these top 10. However, the top 3 right here can be interchangeable. I am very confident about this top 3. If they don't rise in price, this top 3 that I'm talking about here, I'd be shocked. Starting it off, on the 3rd player, we've got New Orleans Saints corner Marshon Lattimore. Now, if you remember in Madden 20, this dude had one of the better cards. It was only a 96 overall. I believe it was his signature series card, which is very similar to the limiteds that they're doing this year, just calling it limited, right? So it was a signature series card, but this card was still on my team at the end of the year last year just because of his speed, and he had pretty good coverage stats for the most part. But look at what his power-up's going for right now, 1,500K. Now, 1,500? Yeah, 1,500K. Now, I'm going to buy, I've got like 8 or 9 of him so far. I'm very confident that this card is going to get an upgrade. We'll see. He only has the 1 player item, not counting his power-up. It's an 82 overall elite card that he came into Madden with, right? So I anticipate him getting a card very, very soon. When it does, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fast corner. That's kind of one of his main attributes is his speed, right? And his man coverage. I believe he's more of a man archetype than zone. Yeah, you can see he's got the man-to-man archetype there. So Marshon Lattimore, pretty excited about this one. I think you're going to hit a home run with this. Go ahead and snag him. That's why he's coming in at number 3 on the list. Okay, coming in at number 2, it's your MVP. He's a Kansas City Chief, Patrick Mahomes. Now, if you asked me about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I'd say that Russell Wilson is the MVP. Ben Roethlisberger could be thrown in there. Derrick Henry could be a big dark horse. But this guy right here is the MVP, in my opinion. Patrick Mahomes, you know he's going to get an end-of-the-year card. He's the cover athlete. His power-up's going for about 5K right now. I've been trying to get these at around the 3.5 to 4K mark. So this is one of the ones that you're going to have to kind of look for a little bit more often. They're not just going to be up there as prevalent as some of the other ones here. But you know this card is going to be the best quarterback in the game at some point in the coming months. And it's one that you want to go ahead and invest in right now before that price gets too high. Invest in it now. Sell it when it goes higher. Patrick Mahomes coming in at number 2 on the list. Okay, I want to know who all in the comment section had Jalen Ramsey as number 1 as this countdown was going on. Go ahead and comment Ramsey in the comment section if that was you. But number 1, it's the guy I'm most excited about. It's Jalen Ramsey. Now, don't get his power up for 5K right now. I've been snagging these for about 2 to 2.5K. I promise you can get them. Just keep an eye on the auction house, right? I've got about 7 or 8 of these cards so far. I'm setting myself up to make a good amount of coins because Jalen Ramsey has the 1 player item right now. It's an 85 overall core elite that he came with. Now, he does have the card that you can unlock with those crown tokens from watching the Derwin James versus the World streams, but that can't go into the power-up just yet. That's actually not going to be able to go into the power-up until later on, or unless he gets a Team of the Week item or another item. Basically, whenever he gets another item, it can go in the power-up, right? But, you know, when Jalen Ramsey's new item gets released, everybody's going to want it. Not only is he a good corner, not only is he fast, not only does he have good cover stats, but the dude's 6'1", so he's got good height. You know he's going to be able to stick with a lot of the faster receivers. And Jalen Ramsey, for whatever reason, we all know some cards, they just play different. Jalen Ramsey is one of those. This power-up is the one that I am most excited about. I'm really excited about all of these, to be honest with you, but this one is the one that I am most excited about, and that is why Jalen Ramsey comes in at number 1 on this list. Invest in him now. You're going to make a lot of coins later on. I can almost guarantee it. Okay, so that is going to do it for this video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like rating. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there something I didn't cover? Do you have a question? Or do you just want to say what's up, man? Anything like that, leave that in the comment section down below. I love interacting with each and every one of you down there. And if you'd like to see more content, hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to stay updated with all of my uploads. I'm ImJslay. I'm signing out today. I'll catch you all on my next video.